Good morning. We have lots of new ABC worksheets for you guys to do this week, and we even have some new letters that we're going to learn. So let's get started. Today's letters that we are going to learn and practice writing are the letter V, oh, wrong way, and the letter W. V and W. Now, you're probably pretty familiar with these letters, but we have not learned them in the classroom. They're part of our diagonal line letters. So that's why we're learning them at the end of the school year. So V and W, and you can see for both of these letters, they both use all big lines. Nothing but big lines. So let's get started. So with our V, I'm going to hold this up close, and let's see, they're pages 20 and 21 in your alphabet section. The letter V, pretty easy. We're going to start at the top, start at Mr. Smiley, and we're going to do a big line down and a big line back up. Now, the best way to do this is to not even pick up your pencil if you can help it. I'm going to put this down on the table. I'm going to show you guys here. Okay, so we have our V down here where you can start to trace it. So I'm going to start where my dot is, right? Big line down, big line back up. Okay? Pretty easy. It's pretty easy when you have this little gray box to write in. The hard part is when we don't have a gray box anymore and we have to write the letter V by itself. It can get a little out of control. So I'm going to put my screen back down. Now remember, when you're writing, sometimes we have to imagine that little gray box. We're going to write our V down and come back up. Okay? And that's a fun one to just practice. The hard part with the V is if we're not careful, it can start to get really big and really wide. Or maybe we start here and then we get a really big line going this way and then it looks like a check mark. Those are some wild V's. Those V's get real crazy when they start to go to the other side, right? So imagine when you're practicing your V's that we're doing wet, dry, try. I wish I had enough chalkboards to send home with everybody. But remember, we have our little space here, and we're going to stay in that space, all right? From one corner down to the middle, back up to the other corner, all right? So that's our letter V, like volcano. We have a volcano on our letter wall in the classroom. That seems to be one of you guys' favorite, volcano. We learned that when we were learning about dinosaurs at the beginning of the year. Volcano, volcano, V. What other words can you think of that start with V? V is a tricky one. Vanilla, or victory, or maybe vampire. Ooh. All right, that's the letter V. Now let's talk about W. W. W, like whale. Whale. We have our big old whale down here. He's a happy whale, isn't he? He looks friendly. Like always, you guys can color your volcano and your whale if you want to when you're done practicing your letters. Now let's look at our W. Okay? W. W. But this isn't a U, is it? It's a V. Did you know that in Spanish, the letter W is said W? W. And that sounds a little bit better, doesn't it? W sounds a lot like double V, doesn't it? And that's exactly what it is. It's a double V. All right, so we're going to squish up our V, make it a little bit skinnier, and we're going to do two of them side by side. So I'm going to tilt my screen down. Okay, we're going to start at the top, start at Mr. Smiley. Diagonal line down, diagonal line back up, diagonal line down, diagonal line back up. Right? And if you turn it upside down, it looks a lot like an M, doesn't it? It's pretty close, just a little bit different. And we've learned how to write the letter M. Let's do it one more time. Down, up, down, up. If you need to pick up your pencil, that's okay. Let's just be sure that we start back right where we left off. What we don't want to see is real bubbly, loopy W's. That's a sloppy W. We don't want our W's to look like that. We want our W's to have these nice, sharp points on them. That's a good looking W right there. W. Can we think of any words that start with W? Maybe like winner or Whataburger or wish. That's a good one. Wish. Wish starts with W. So you guys practice your V's and W's. If they're a little tricky, that's okay. We really, like I said, haven't practiced these in the classroom. So this is kind of a new one for us, all right? So V's and W's, I know you guys are going to do great. And if you need some extra practice, don't be afraid to grab your journal and just fill that page up with V's and W's, all right? You guys are going to do great.